Hey everyone, Coach Andy here from Tradewinds Health and Fitness, and welcome to another Nutrition Tip Tuesday. All right, so welcome to another Nutrition Tip Tuesdays, where I'm going to go over some nutrition tips for you guys so that you can eat healthy while at home. So we're going to talk about something today that I don't normally talk about. Normally when I talk about nutrition, I talk about a macro-based nutrient kind of diet where you're eating specific meals throughout the day based on a certain calorie count, so forth and so on. What I hear back from a lot of clients a lot with this is, I was too full at a certain point in the day, or I was super hungry, especially in the beginning of the day, where maybe their meals don't map out exactly how they would like. Now, of course, we can always shift those meals and we can shift some things around to kind of help with hunger or feeling satiated, around meals. But there is another way to eat, right? So if we're not talking about a macro-based nutrition plan, what is there? Well, what if we did a mindful nutrition-based program? I mean, we talked about what is mindfulness and why we should do it yesterday. So why not continue that trend and talk about it on a nutrition standpoint? So basically, what is mindful eating? Basically, mindful eating is listening to your body, being aware of when you are hungry, being aware of when you are full, and eating in accordance with that. Now, this shouldn't be looked at any differently than any other nutrition plan. For some people it'll work, for some people it won't, and that's okay. If you've tried other things and it hasn't really worked, maybe this is the next thing that you want to try. And so basically what's going to happen is throughout the day, you're going to pay attention to your body. Now, this is not easy and it is quite difficult. It requires you to look inward a lot. It requires you to pay a lot of attention and to be really keen on the details, okay? But as you start to feel hunger pains, or actually slightly before you start to feel hunger pains, you should eat. Now, I'm not advocating that you go out and have a cheeseburger, a beer, and a large fry. I'm saying that you should eat a small meal, okay, to kind of help satiate that hunger. And then you stop. And that's the big thing with a lot of this, is it's going to take a lot of kind of trial and error because you're going to have to feel it out with your body. So as you start to get hungry, you eat. And then here's the big thing, is learning how to stop eating. Because I think that's a large problem with a lot of the things that, with a lot of the nutrition plans that a lot of people do, or even just a lot of the diets that people have, is that they just eat and they eat and they eat until they're over full because they don't give their body time enough to adjust and they don't pay enough attention, okay? So eat when you're hungry, and then here's the key part. Eat slow, take your time, so that as you start to get full, you recognize that and you don't overeat. That's the biggest thing with this mindful eating, is that you do not overeat. Because otherwise, you're just gonna eat like 1 or 2 large meals throughout the day, and your calorie count's probably gonna be way over what it should be. So, is mindful eating for everybody? No, it's not easy to do, and it takes a lot of inward reflection. Can it be done? Absolutely. Does it have its benefits? Yes. You don't have to track food, you don't have to weigh food. It's a lot easier in that sense, but a lot harder in how much you actually have to pay attention. So with mindful eating, when you're hungry, you eat. Eat slow so that as you start to get full, you actually recognize that and you can stop accordingly and you do not overeat. All right, guys? So those are the basic tips on mindful eating. If you'd love more help on mindful eating, feel free to schedule a free intro call. Talk to one of our coaches so that we can come up with a plan that's going to work best for you. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next week.